Hello, my name is Shamel Sanders, and this is my first instructional video for Terry Rowland's F316 class. Today I'll be showing you how I make my homemade lasagna. This is a recipe I've been using for well over 10 years. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, and so for our ingredients tonight, we're going to be using a cup of onion, a cup of green pepper, some spaghetti sauce of choice. I use Prego. A number of different cheeses. It's up to you what kind of cheese you want to use. I like to use a variety. Lasagna noodles and hamburger meat. And here's my ingredients. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay. We're going to start by browning our hamburger meat. And we use different seasonings. It depends on what kind of seasoning you want to use. I usually just use the basics. Seasoned salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic pepper. And then after we go ahead and finish seasoning, I'm going to stir it around a little bit. Try to get it brown. And then we're going to add our green pepper and onions. And while we're browning our hamburger meat, we're going to put our lasagna in a pan and boil it for about 20 minutes. And I've already put mine in. It doesn't take that long to cook. And then we just stir it around for a little bit until it starts to get all the way brown. Okay, so now our meat has browned. So now what we're going to do is we're going to drain off of our grease. Some people leave the grease on because they think it holds the seasoning in. For me personally, I think it's unhealthy. So I just automatically drain off the grease. Make sure I smash it down a little bit. I'm using a strainer. Then I'll go ahead and put it back in my skillet. Then I drain the water off of my noodles. Now this is the fun part. This is where we begin layering all of our ingredients. And we're going to start by grabbing some noodles. And put in a little bit of hamburger meat. And make sure we spread it all the way through. You want to make sure you cook enough noodles to last for at least 2 to 3 layers. It just depends on how thick you want your lasagna to be. Then we're going to go ahead and go on over to our spaghetti sauce. Make sure we spread that all the way through. Make sure we get the ends. It's nothing like a dry lasagna. Okay, then we're going to get our cheeses. Like I said, I like to use a variety of cheese so that it's good and cheesy. And then I put enough noodles in to at least make 2 layers. So we go ahead to the next layer. Then I'm going to move to my last layer. That'll be the rest of my meat. Rest of my spaghetti sauce. Add the rest of our cheese. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and preheat our oven, 350 for an hour. Go ahead and stick it in the oven and set our timer for an hour. And here are my instructions. Show step by step on how to make this recipe. And I'll see you back here in 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, our 45 minutes to an hour is up. Now we have our finished product. Tasty. Now, I usually let it sit for about 20 minutes and then we start to dig in. But it's totally up to you. So, I have presented to you my homemade lasagna. I hope you've enjoyed my recipe. Thank you for tuning in and have a wonderful night.